so they stay home. So we don't have a lot of people here. I don't know who was the person to ask for the mushroom question last time. Are you here?
No,
or if not,
I didn't
no.
see. I didn't see her.
Okay, if not, it's okay. I actually did a lot of homework, so we can share and they can watch it later. Let me see. Hold on, there it is. Okay, that's it. If anyone has questions, let me talk. Adjust your question first, and good evening, members. Okay, that's all the message in the chat room. For the mushroom, I didn't have experience with fertilizer mushroom because that's why I said it's no fertilizer for the mushroom, but now I give you official answer. It's no fertilizer for the mushroom at all. But I had experience actually growing mushroom. So we can talk about the actual mushroom. Why we are not use not fertilizer mushroom? Because the mushroom, they are not plants. They are organisms. You know, where all the organisms, we have a different category. We have mammals, like animals. We have, and then we go to the plants. When I go to law, the plants, they can, and then have go to microorganisms, like fungi, bacteria, virus, and also have like a nematodes. Nematodes is not a microorganism. It's a kind of a microorganism, but another bacteria, another virus. But nematodes also can cause plant diseases. A lot of plant diseases are transmitted by the nematodes and also damage done by the nematodes. In New Jersey, we have actual institutions specialized research studying on the nematodes. For the nematodes, a lot of things like the pine trees, they actually, like some cotton, some plants get nematodes. Nematodes it's very hard to control because nematodes are soil-borne pests. You cannot spray, you cannot get them. They hide in the soil. For fungi, for agriculture people, we mostly concern fungi. Bacterial diseases are most common for the animals. Most of the people get sick is infected by bacteria. But the plants got sick most infected by fungi. Have some bacteria, like bacteria spot. You can see if the leaf have some black spots. And also some fruits, you see the rotting, very soft. They are bacteria. Fungi, most of the time, they are not like a rotting, kind of like dry, not semi-dry. So fungi, the way of fungi, mushroom is a fungi. So they take nutrients from the media. They do not do the photosynthesis like plants do. When the plants do the photosynthesis, we have CO2 plus water under the sun. Then the green leaf, the plants, the green leaf here under the sun. Then in the air, you have water and CO2, and they can do a photosynthesize, make sugar. So when they start having sugar, then you will have everything. The sugar is always like 6 side sugar. When have the sugar, the glucose, then you can go through all these mechanisms, molecular biology procedure to transfer all the sugars to proteins, to amino acids first. Amino acids, and we are talking about why the amino acids is important. We are talking NOPF. Actually, it's amino acids fertilizer. So all this, when you have amino acids, then you can each amino acid connect each other, become protein. Then you have everything. So even people or some animals, they only eat like grains, leaves, vegetables. Looks like it's not too much protein in it. They have protein, but it's not a protein major. Mostly is carbohydrates or fibers. But they still can produce a lot of proteins inside, which means the carbohydrates, the sugar, can convert to the amino acids. So this is why mushroom is a fungi, and they don't need a fertilizer, but they do need nutrients in the media, the roots in the media. The way of the fungi grow is they have mycelium, the hyphae, in the substrate. If a plant infected by fungi diseases, first they come in as spores. The fungi, I don't have a picture here. The fungi have a cell. If like a chain, like a thread, and have a lot of cells, can fly in the air, and they can transmit to everywhere. So the diseases, most diseases is transferred by the spores, but the virus, they don't produce spores, they transmit by contact. That's why when we do the COVID time, we try not to contact anyone. If we don't shake hands, don't hug, don't kiss, because the virus, they move from one individual to another individual by touch. If we touch it, you got the virus. Any virus, mostly by the touch. But if you know somebody is sick, like flu, when he is sick, the flu is a lot of times maybe the virus infection, or maybe just a cold. When you get the secondary infection become bacteria, then you need antibiotics. In the early stage, you don't need antibiotics because antibiotics, they not control, not deal with the virus, they only deal with the bacteria. If we're not going to second phase, and you don't need to take antibiotics. If you cough like not deep, not a lot of mucus, just the early stage is just a virus. So virus, you don't have a lot of control. In the field, for the plants, if you have a lot of plants, you have different color plants, and may be inoculated by virus. The color is because of the virus. In the field, how do you introduce a virus to the new plants? That's a very easy way to do this. This is a infected, diseased plants. You make a cut, then take your scissors to next new plants. Okay, now is the second one. Is a clean plant. You cut. That's it. You cut from the old plants with the virus, and you go to new plants, the clean plants. You make another cut. Your virus transmitted. So the virus is so easy to transmit just by touch. So this is a way learning. We don't, in the old Chinese way, we see the people, good friends, hello, good evening, good morning. We don't shake hands. We didn't shake hands. We shake hands just in the modern culture. In the old time, our ancestors, we just say, oh boy. So this way you don't touch. If you don't touch, you don't transmit most of the diseases. We're not talking to everything. And they say, how many people we have here? We still don't have a lot of people. Okay. If we now don't have a lot of people, you can open your video camera and we can talk. If we like check like friends, we can keep talking. Otherwise, you feel boring when I'm talking, and I don't know what you respond. I actually, so we talk about the Dr. book. I have a friend. I have my college classmate. He is in North Carolina. He grew his own mushroom. For you're in Africa. Most people can grow your own mushroom at home. So we can talk about this. This is a very easy. I wanted to do. That's why I wanted to share with you. And the mushroom is very easy to do. When I was in my fourth year in college, and I did my master's degree and a PhD in the same in Nanjing same time. My lab, one of my technicians, actually he grew mushroom in my greenhouse all the time. So the mushroom is very easy to grow. If you want to do, you can do very professionally, like a microbiologist to do. And let me see. Like a microbiologist, what we do, we make a media. We make agar plates. This little dish, we call it a petri dish. And we do everything under the hood. What I mean the hood? Hood is open workstation. The air is filtered, very clean. And you have glass in front of you. You cannot breathe to your workstation. So the air, the entire workstation is clean, no pollution, no contamination. And also we spray 95% alcohol all the time. So we make plates of the media, put agar, either potato agar or something. We put in, make it solidify in the base, then cover it. Then we put a spore, or we cut a piece of the mushroom and put it in it, then you cover it. Then will be so this is a tissue of the mushroom. And we start to see the white stuff. This is all fungi. All fungi do the same thing. They produce hyphae or mycelium. This mycelium eventually grow a lot. Then you start with the mushroom is not it's When you get a lot, you get a fruiting body. You start with produce spores, but that way, when you can use this, you can cut this mycelium, and the clean mycelium should be all the place like that, all very white. And eventually, this is just like seeds of your plants, and you can take this mycelium to your media of growing mushroom, and you can create a lot of. Eventually, we get the mushroom. So my college friend, he's not doing that. He's a microbiologist. It's the easy way. You can use the cardboard. You just cut it into pieces, put a small pieces of tissue of the mushroom inside this cardboard. Make it. Then we eventually will grow. You have mushroom. All this microbiology work is one of the most important things is you need water, you need a good temperature, and you're not supposed to have dirty air or dirty hands. Don't touch it, make it very clean. So this is what you can do is in your backyard. Some people, that's not a guarantee you get it because it's a lot of all this microbiology there. You will overgrow you. You cannot get it. But in my backyard, we have one of the fungi. They grow always every year. I don't know if this year coming back. They pick a special roots, and they can get it. Always get that species. And it is a Chinese medicine too. So this is the easy way I'm going to do. And for all this, we are talking about easy to create your organic vegetables. Anyone has questions? Yeah, so all the material we use, you can, it was a container like this. You can just use some grains, sawdust. Only thing that you need to make is sterilize. Is a way of making sterilize is you, like this cardboard, use hot water. You soak this hot water, this cardboard in the hot water, and make it is when all the organisms, they can tolerate any cold temperature, but they cannot tolerate a hot temperature. When temperature above 70 degrees C, most organisms will die. So you don't have too much left. You cannot kill everything. If you can hold 120 degrees C for 30 minutes, 99% of organisms will be killed. So this is enough for all the microbiology lab. We do the steam 120 degrees C for 30 minutes. You sterilize everything and you don't have contamination. For the fungi, for the mushroom, the only concern is contamination. If you can keep it clean, keep moisture, in Africa you have a good temperature anyway, you can produce your own mushroom. Couple of things we need to keep in mind. For the plants, we feed them after they me see what was it. The plants will feed them when they have food. They can do it seed germination. Some people do the seed treatment. Use warm water, like a 50-degree C, not too long. It's like a soak it a little bit, or just use temperature, soak your seeds for around 4 hours overnight. If you're too long, then we get a bacteria get in. And some people use 1 ml to 1 liter of the NOPF as the nutrient supply for the seeds to soak the seeds. We discussed that before. Make sure you do the experiment to try first before you do it. Because you have 2 issues. One is the soaking time. You have to be, every species of the plants are different. Some big seeds take a little bit longer time, but some, like soybean seeds, they take a very short time. They can swallow right away. Some seeds have hard shells. You even need to take a little bit of knife. Some tree seeds, you need to take a little bit of knife to cut a little bit corner to get the moisture get in. This is so it's most of the seeds you can soak to 4 to 6 hours, and then you take it out. When you take it out, you need to make sure the seeds germination, you have a couple of issues. You need moisture and air. If you don't have air, and the seeds will be bad. So you can take all the seeds after the soaking, put it in the tray. Okay, assume this is a container. Then you put the seed, you put some straws underneath. Or you put a little flame and put a piece of cloth above it. Then you put the seeds on. Then you rinse the water like you make bean sprouts. If anyone have made the bean sprouts before? And the green bean or soybeans, it's very easy to make. Some people actually make a peanut sprouts. So then you kind of lift it. The seeds are not touching the bottom of your container. Then you rinse your NOPF solution. If you're not sure, we say 1 ml to 1 liter, but you can do less. You always do less, and you think. You can do half ml per liter. If you put too much, what's the problem with the same thing like a mushroom? Why we don't spray, we don't use fertilizer to spray on the mushroom? One is mushroom, they need actually organic material. Of course, new amino acids organic too, but they like carbohydrates more. That's why you see the mushroom you can glue on the cardboard, and they like glue on the media made by, see, this is stuff they need to use. The straw, sawdust, manure have to be stay very long. If you smell something, then it's bad. It have to be old. You can find a lot of mushroom in the cow manure pile. If a bigger pile, you go over there, you can find a lot of mushroom, but most mushrooms are safe, unless have a small number of mushrooms that are poisonous. If you see any too good color, which means you maybe have poisonous, it's a warning sign. don't take it. But I remember some white light color mushroom also is not good either. I have a book of the mushroom. I wanted to do active clone. When I retire, I'm not retired yet. When I retire, I will make clone my own mushroom. So that's why I'm interested in studying this all the time. They don't need a lot of N or nitrogen-based nutrients. Although they say, you see, the nutrient requirement for carbon and nitrogen and minerals for the mushroom too, but the most is the carbon and other organic material, not necessarily fully or like a water-soluble nitrogen. When you spray nitrogen amino acids fertilizer, you will sometimes invite bacterial infection. So this is why, one of the reasons why you don't do this. So I forgot what I've talked about this, why I got this point. But so this is all things that I want to talk. I have a lot every slide, but I don't want to spend all your time. This is another thing you can make. You can buy the spawns. The spawn is actually mycelium from online. I checked it, like $30 a package. That's too much. If you produce your mushroom, is try to be save money or more safe organic. But if you spend too much money to buy the mycelium, then it's not against your motivation. You can grow your own. And okay, another thing is make sure in the early time they don't like a lot of sunlight. So early time you need to cover it. For all the microbiology, actually I produced a lot of one of the species called biological control to a lot of insects, especially for the Lepidoptera. What I mean Lepidoptera is the moth and the butterfly, the worm, caterpillar. There's also some beetle, because beetles, they have the larva stage in the soil, the pupa stage in the soil. Then you put your fungi into the soil, and the mycelium or the hyphae can penetrate the insect skin, get it into their body, and the parasite, so the host insects will die. So actually, I produce a lot of spores use this method. This is a petri dish method, and you can spray, or you can put it in the soil, and you can control all your insects. Anyone has questions? So quiet. I want to hear from you. Dr. Mbugo, you have to say something.
Yes, Prof. Yes. I'm here.
Thank
you very much.
I want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Yes,
we are enjoying what we are learning from you.
Let me. I'm really liking the topic, and you have just reminded me what my professor told me sometimes back when I asked him the same question you have raised. How do you know the mushrooms that are edible and those that are not edible? It was hilarious because he told me, you just need to eat so that you can learn. When you die, we know that is what you have. is poisonous, and when you leave, it was a joke. I think it was just a joke, but he was trying to emphasize that you may not know very, very well precisely which one would be poisonous and one, but with time you know which one is not. But that was, but I also like mushroom. But there is something, Professor, I would wish you to maybe bring across, because many people always prefer protein coming from mushrooms than maybe from animals. And from your discussion, is it really true that mushroom has higher content of protein than that it can be depended on? I mean, you can depend on mushroom as a source of protein. Number two, this culture, the media that you grow mushrooms, we also have other fungi allowed or in the air, hanging within the loom, maybe where you are growing your mushroom. How do we protect the media, the cultural media for mushroom from being invaded by other fungi that may be hanging around the air, or that could be in the air where you are growing your mushroom?
Yeah. Let me talk about the second first. The how do you make a sterilization condition? And this is mostly important to the prevention of the contamination. All microbiology work, the number one priority is no contamination. If we have contamination, your work is over. So have a couple of cheaper methods. The expensive method I just talked a little bit. We use I forgot what it called in English. We use 120 degrees C, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to cook everything you use, including your nutrients, the food, media, including the pitch, not this pitch dish is plastic. The plastic ones you buy from the company is already sterilized, well clean. And if you use glassware, if you use this bottle, you also need to put 120 degrees C for 30 minutes. And after you take it out from the fumigation, the steam, you need to cover it by foil, make sure nothing can get in. This is, then you have UV light. The lab, you need to turn on UV light when you are not there. And you spray 95% alcohol everywhere, all the time. To wipe off, like you're in the doctor's office, they use 70% alcohol to wipe. Why they use 70% and we use 95%? The 70% is because have 30% of water in it, and it can last a little bit longer, not dry so fast. And for the 95%, it can kill almost all the stuff immediately, the things you don't see. So this is for the expensive lab condition. For the home condition, you make your own mushroom condition. You actually, when I was in graduate school, we didn't allow them to cook this media in the lab equipment. So what they did is make it's like this container. It's not a plastic, it's wood. They make a wood container and they sealed everywhere. Then you fill with some water and then you make electricity get in. You cook this, you put the soil, put the mushroom media in it, and they cook 2 hours. Cook 2 hours, then you get killed all this most of the stuff. That's why we cook, boil water. See, I come from a farm, where the countryside farms family. We didn't have tap water. We drink everything from the water, from the river. So river, you don't know what is in it. You have fish, you have everything in the water, and then we just drink the water from the river. It's not a guarantee. Sometimes you drink a lot of parasites. Some people get a lot of problem. So one way for the farmers, even right now, I'm in the lab condition all the time, I still keep the same behavior. I boil water every time, even after the filtration. After the filter, I still boil. But sometimes I forget, but I have the water filter. So you boil water, it's number one, the best, easy, cheap way to prevent the contamination or prevent the infection. So they cook all the soil, all the mushroom media for 2 hours. Then they drain the water and let them sit, not too, even too wet, mushroom may not grow either. So then they keep it dry, get air fresh. And they actually add something, where I have something I remember I have a slide. Did I add? No, I don't know where it is. They add some thing in it. It's okay. It's a see. I can't remember. It's gypsum. They add some gypsum. Is also they have something controlling, provide some nutrients, nitrogen too, not too much. You don't give too much nitrogen for mushroom because they don't like nitrogen too much. So, and for then after you cook it, this is why you want to cook. Second is soak. Where is my? For this, for the cardboard, or you can soak. We put it in the container, or you can put something, then you put hot water in it and seal it. You can seal this thing for an hour or 2 hours. An hour most time is enough. We don't need a so clean. We need about clean. So then you can kill most of the fungi, other fungi. We only wait until one fungi is the mushroom we need. So you can soak the hot water, then drink it, drain the water. Another method, one from my wireless professor, she was teaching the wireless pathology. What she did is cooking. They actually cook the soil, cook the media. You have a huge wok, like a 1 meter wide, huge. And the graduate students use bigger, like we will to stir fry the vegetables. They put the soil and then the fire underneath, they just shovel, they cook all the soil. So this is another way you make your media clean. And after that, then you have, if you have small scale to produce a mushroom, you just put if you have a container, if you have a bucket, you don't need a lot of cardboard. You need if it's just started, you don't have too much. You cut pieces of the cardboard. You put make sure your bucket. This is a bucket. The bucket is very clean. You rinse it with hot water several times. Then you put your cardboard in it, or put the sawdust or something, the grain, the grain skin, like the wheat. You have when you grind the wheat, you have the white powder for the wheat flour, and the skin, the dark parts, actually these are most nutrients. Taste is not that good, but the most nutrients part you can mix with in the media, and the mushroom can use. So the bucket have to be clean. Then you put a cleaned cardboard in it. Make sure the moisture. Then you cover it with the stock stuff. If you only the mushroom production is one bucket, so this is what you can do. So it's clean. It's inside, and if you do large scale like my technician when he did when I was in graduate school, he hiding on the bench of the greenhouse, and that corner make sure it's all nothing dirty stuff, but sterilized, and so that is also making it clean. So if you have something in mind that I need to keep it clean, and you will be able to keep it clean. And if you not so clean, one of the tricky method is you inspect it all the time. If you see anything not white, not the you want, if you like that, if you suppose you want to see this clear white, but you see something like a milk stuff, or something not like fungi, not like hyphae, always bacteria come out first. So the bacteria is like a round, like a milk stuff, and you see anything there, you take them out. One of the my story, we had a project. Some people before me, they did 10 years. They can't find this bacteria. And I found it. Why? Because I'm the person very detailed. I watch them every day. If anything is not what I want in the agar plates, I clean them out. So you are not allowed anything not you want to grow to stay. Then your hyphae, your mushroom will come out. And first question, Dr. Mbogo, do we have enough nutrients if we just eat the mushroom? Mushroom have a lot of nutrients. That's why people eat it. Sometimes we think we have to have all the nutrients, the carbohydrates, the proteins, all this stuff, then keep a healthy diet. That is true. This is a kind of efficient way. If we are poor, like I am, when I was, my wife always joking me, when you are poor, you can eat everything, but you don't. Yes, you were so poor, you didn't have anything to eat. Now I have enough food. Too much food I cannot eat. I'm a poor life. So because I come overweight, so I cannot eat when I have a lot of food. When I was young, I can eat everything. I didn't have food. You can live on only carbohydrates even, because that's why I just said when the plants do the photosynthesis, they only started with CO2 plus water and then make the sugar. Then you eventually, let me see if I can get it. So the photosynthesis, that's the only easy way, very simple. You make this 6-carbon sugar, and all these sugars, they eventually all become. So this is 2 sugars. Only different a little bit, but it's the same. All these sugars. This is the sugar we created from the plants. And because past all these stages, then you make here, the bottom part is amino acids. So if you only eat mushroom, of course you don't only eat mushroom, you eat something else like grains, everything. Even poor people, you eat grains or sweet potato or just potato. Potatoes, they are most carbohydrates. Some, of course, have some nutrients, but other nutrients will be less. And you eat why you eat meat? Eat meat because they have more proteins. Why you don't just eat carbohydrates and the way that you transfer your carbohydrates to your amino acids, to your proteins, make you enough. Even poor people, even so poor people, you just eat grains, they still can have your meat because we can produce our own amino acids and proteins just by eating carbohydrates. So if you only eat mushroom, you still be okay. The mushroom have more nutrients than you think. The only problem for the diet, if you pick one category, only eat that category, or you only eat the food from one location. Like it's okay, I only eat from Kenya. I only eat food from Kenya, and I only eat food from China. Then you have problem. You're missing some nutrients. You need a complete all kinds of nutrients to make your life better. You see a lot. I talk to my aunt, and my aunt is, I call her aunt, but she's younger than me. My father is the first child. My grandfather is the first child. And her father is my grandfather's youngest brother. So that's why she's my aunt, but she's younger than me. So, but I have to call her aunt. I cannot call her name. One time when I was little, like 5, 6 years, I still remember I called her name. No, I'm older than that because she was like 7 years younger than me. I called her by name because she was a little baby. And her mom was, what you did? You cannot call her by name. She's your aunt. Okay. From there, so I never dared to call her name again. So she was much younger, but I have to call her aunt. So what are we discussing about the nutrients, the nutrition supplements, like all kinds of vitamins the green water produce? Why we need take all these nutrients from the green water? Because we cannot eat all the foods from every corner of the world. And so everybody missing some nutrients. You don't know what you missed because you didn't eat every kind of foods. So this is the thing, you need nutritional supplements like plants from your tablets, the multivitamins, whatever. I think green water produces all this we need. And so you make a complete nutrients requirement. Also, we can create to synthesize amino acids, but we cannot synthesize every amino acids. Then what do you do? We miss some amino acid we cannot produce. This is I have actually here. All these amino acids. I think Mr. Wang, she already talked to you about this, but all different amino acids, we can eat carbohydrates, eat sugars, eat anything else. We invented by this CAC cycle to make your own amino acids. So then you don't have to eat all these other amino acids. No, because we have amino acids, we have actually 2 types of amino acids. One is non-essential amino acids. That amino acid your body can create yourself. So you can create these amino acids by yourself as long as you have enough food, you are not starving, you have enough nutrients to eventually create your amino acids. But the essential amino acids, the second group, you have to eat this amino acids because you cannot create your own. But your protein, your body need all necessary amino acids. So if you don't take these nutrition supplements from the tablets, from pill, from whatever the green water provide you, and you will miss these nutrients. Make you healthy, you have to take this calcium, all these nutrients, and make it, then you can have complete diet. Then you will be healthy. If we miss these essential amino acids, then that's not good. That's why you have to take. Of course, you have to buy, but you have to eat these essential amino acids. And for the older people, I talked to my aunt. She's over 50 now. I'm close. I'm over 60. She's over 50. I told her, "Are you taking all this vitamin D3, calcium, all this stuff?" She said, no, I never take. I said, no, you wait. When you're getting older, the woman's, the bones, the fragile, is not, your calcium will lost. You have to take it to supplement. My grandmother, she fell 3 times and her hip broken. I don't remember. She's supposed to be 120 years old right now, but she died at 95, 96. She has no other diseases. If she didn't fail, she didn't broken her hips, she would alive 100, over 100. Her mother died at 96. My great-granddaddy, she never had any diseases. She just, when she was old, she said, "Oh, my baby, I don't want to live anymore. I'm too old." She didn't have any disease. She even didn't fail. She died of she didn't want to eat. She stopped eating for a week. Then she died. She was so clean. The skin, I lifted her skin like that high, no meat at all. And she was a baby. My grandmother, because fell, the hip broken 3 times. And if they had enough vitamins, enough calcium, D3, vitamin D3, or have enough other nutrients, they wouldn't. My mom, she stayed with me over close 30 years now. I take good care for her. So one time she fell back, spine a little bit fractured, broken. Now she's still she's 90. She's very straight. So now like an older lady, like a back curve, she has now very straight. So this is all the nutrients, all the green water nutrient supplements help, because you take a complete nutrient supplement to support your metabolism. Especially the older one, when you're getting old, you need to boost, to protect your bone density. And that you need to watch, supervised by a doctor or by I think Miss Wang, she is a professional, health professional, so she knows a lot more than I do. I know all the plant stuff, she knows all the human stuff, but all science, same. The bottom line science, same. Even while I study agriculture, but actually science, all this science is not, you can say it's agriculture, but it is not agriculture. It's everybody applying to everything. So all these essential amino acids we have to take. We cannot just ignore it. If we ignore it, and your metabolism is not good. Dr. Mbugo, now your turn.
Yes, Professor. Yes, I'm really happy to see like my grandfather died at age 96. Probably a little younger than your grandfather, but all the same, he was not sick at all. And, he depended mainly on plant protein, not much of animal protein. Well, I can't say that animal proteins also harm because you also need some. And
you need some.
The issue of mushroom, it's an area that maybe we can try to see, because it's just a matter of ensuring that the growing media is good, so we don't have contamination. Otherwise, you may have your culture dying. I saw it somewhere in Uganda. One of my friends bought the whole culture with the mycelium already in, but did not produce long. But could have come as a contamination, especially when one is entering where the growing is done. And also water, because this is an area of concern. You need to keep the place where you're growing mushroom quite moist, maybe to a tune of about, maybe you can confirm, Professor, about 65 to 80% humidity. Maybe you can confirm to us.
Yeah, the temperature you can, room temperature is under like around 25 degrees C. But the moisture, the very important moisture, either way, have a couple of ways to do it. You have to spray water every day. If your container is not big, if big enough, you can. If it's too big, you cannot seal the growing place. You spray the water, make sure the moisture 60–70% is good, and if you can. This bucket, you can actually kind of semi-sealed. You have to sealed by the punch holes. You can have air come through, can be cutting, but don't leak too much water. So that way also you can keep your moisture. So if you count of semi-sealed, one is for moisture, secondly for the reduced contamination. The contamination is number one, second is the water. So if it's dry, then gone. And one is spray on the water top, another is you make sure your media, you never dry. You need to keep it moisture too. So this is that's what I wanted to do. When I one is to make a mushroom. Second, I want to raise some chickens.
Just a quick one, Professor. Because some of us, so there are some people who dwell in urban area, and their water is treated, actually chlorinated, and they may require the same water to water their mushroom. Could this chlorinated water likely to kill our mycelium, or how do we that the water we are using for watering is
So one way to do is, because actually one of the killing agent is chlorine for when you in the lab. So this is actually killing agent for the mushroom. One way to prevent it is you have your water from filter, from the tap water. You take water, sit there, make sure they don't use the tap water immediately. Use the tap water, sit in the room temperature, let the cap open, then the water will be use it the next day or sit another 2 days. And this all the Cl will be gone. So the water you don't even your plants, Even your plants, other plants, you don't water your tap water immediately from tap water. You take your water in, put in a bucket, let them sit there for a while, and all the Cl will be gone.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so that's good. We communicated. I like a talk. When the talk would be much better, much fun. All you guys have a good weekend.
Thank you. Have enjoyed your weekend, Professor.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you very
much.
much, Prof, the teaching. Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Dr. Mboko. Thank you for tuning in. Actually, mushroom is a very nice, very good source of protein from a plant source. So it is very true that we don't really champion the idea of eating vegetarian diet, but actually nowadays the farming of the kettles really give us cost the excessive growth factors and hormones and even antibiotics in the meat.
Yeah.
So actually we really recommend that you increase the portion of proteins from the plant source. So mushroom is a very good source, but mind those people who have high uric acid levels, please you got to watch your diet and don't incorporate too much mushroom because mushroom itself is also, it is high purine food which can elevate the purine level in your bloodstream. So thank you very much for tuning in. And once again, happy Easter. So we're going to see you next Saturday. Thank you so much, Professor. So enjoy your weekend. Everybody, see you.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.
See you.